Hey, you guys, this is actually a very diverse and complex subject. I'm going to try to break it down as simply as possible. These are my predictions on the changes in transportation industry in America. I've been charting some of the changes. A lot of companies, they're starting to hire people from other countries. So the African and European uh, presence is becoming more great. There was always a good percentage of Middle Easterns in trucking. Okay, and there are statistics on that. Middle Eastern truck stops, trucking companies. We have various situations going on, but what I want to get down to is international law being used in America by introducing these other countries. We're going to become subject to international law, and I think that's what's going on. On top of that, there are companies that will take part in the shipment. There might be 3 or 4 companies taking part in the shipment. Now, you as a driver, they're not going to tell you much, but I think that's the difference. Every commercial driver driving their own vehicle, they'll probably say, well, it's different when I drive my own car. When I drive these trucks, it just seems like I'm being regulated. Yes, they have 4 companies in on it. The broker, and you got to keep in mind which carriers are also brokers. So when you sign that shipment, it says JB Hunt or Snyder on it, but that's not your company. But your company is saying pick it up. Well, it's not actually illegal dope brokering. I think that they are co-brokering, but I think that they're implementing these other companies so they can talk about the driver and drive around the driver, and I think that's how they're controlling us. And then you introduce other countries. Now it's under international law. So just imagine they present your mistakes in life, because that's what they do in commercial. They bring up everything in your past and they introduce it to a new country. So now you're being governed by not only America but other countries. You have 3 carriers in on one shipment, and I think that's why they're always so punctual or demanding that they won't need us to be at a certain spot in a certain time, because they're orchestrating every moment. I think these are the changes in the industry that are bringing it down. So you add that into the day-to-day situation dealing with the truck stops. Keep in mind, you're already being orchestrated to be in a certain place at a certain time. You got 4 companies that are also running their freight around you. You show up to the truck stop, they all been talking about subjects. They're pursuing issues all around you and destroying your life. And that's what these goddamn corporations are doing to us. They taking us out. I think if you are military or law enforcement, it might give you enough to recover with their training, but still, niggas as civilians or from the hood, like, how many of us have been getting killed or just destroyed, life destroyed, license lost, whatever the situation may be? So on a day-to-day situation, even though the truck stop, it seems like it's the truck stop, but really it's the carriers showing up before us, and the management, even if they have experience as a sheriff or not, still majority is going to predict the business. So if you have 4 other companies before you showed up and you're wondering why is the truck stop so crazy, I think this is what's going on. This is my prediction on what's going on. So we need to pay attention to international law and be aware that there are 4 international law, and being aware that there are 4 companies involved every moment. So if you think about even going home time, it just feels like why home doesn't feel the same anymore, because these goddamn 4 companies sitting there waiting for you to get home, done talk shit about you. But and then shipment to shipment, they gonna keep changing this shit. So all it takes is to change 2 carriers out or add 2 other brokers, and then you part ways from those 2, and you combine it and you keep flipping it and introducing it to other countries, international law. We're getting screwed over, man. They say that trucking is not the same. I think that really the glory or the primary shareholders in transportation that have already made it, and they're sitting there laughing and destroying us, and they think this shit is funny. They're taking the owner operators out this shit, and we need to stop these corporations. We need owner operators, man. Every company driver should be worried about what it means when the owner operators are being driven out of this business. That's bad news, man. That is very bad news. We need to evaluate this shit. You know, it's almost like when Walmart put a lot of people out of business. I'm not trying to be against Walmart. I'm just saying this shit is changing lives.